Peace, everyone. I hope you are very well. Welcome back if you are returning, and if this is your first video, welcome. We are reading from the manuscript Peaks and Valleys, which is a recent publication that I released in 2024, and I have it here with me going through an extensive elaboration. We are exploring infinite potential and reviewing different perspectives and sharing insight to further expand our consciousness on our own individual journey and collectively. So let's get right into it. Without further ado, I will be reading this last sentence here, which is where we ended from the last video, and then we will read the next page and reflect. All right. Astrological mapping was conducted for thousands of years by humans to develop a deeper understanding of the universe. Whilst mapping these vibrational fields of moving luminaries, sometimes miraculous, spontaneous light shows, atmospheric depressurization, and molecular discharges have been recorded as past phenomena throughout centuries. The zodiac is but a mapping of internal vibrational fields of human consciousness for us to resource in its highest frequency forms. Many mythologies were designed to archetypically represent what appeared to be omniscient energy forms that were displayed not only in the heavens, but also in the surrounding environmental biofields of electricity and magnetism in the material plane. For some, this seemed to be magic of the gods, unexplained phenomena striking emotions of fear into the subconscious of many. For other individuals, a deeper curiosity and intention led to profound discoveries seemingly far ahead of their time. Please feel free to pause this video and jot down any notes that you might want to expand on, do some further research on. This is, feel free to pause here, and then I'll scroll up so you can see the top part again. And this is, to know we are made in the image of God, and for as far back as we can find in texts that's been discovered, the mappings of the heavens have been carefully practiced. Towers were built at the tops of mountains for humanity, different civilizations of humanity to explore the heavens. And these mappings became developed, embedded into the subconscious, the collective consciousness. And over centuries, mythologies were designed to represent, archetypes were created to represent the powerful forces of nature, told through the stories of man, via the imagination, through the word, the tongue. The fields surrounding on the earth presented themselves in a beautiful arrangement of different geometries, as we can notice today if we perceive from that level of observation. And for example, the Fibonacci, or the spiraling that's seen throughout all of nature, in the human anatomy, in the leaf, a sunflower, a seashell, electricity, a tornado. We're talking about electricity and magnetism, electromagnetism, the masculine electrical and the feminine magnetic forces that permeate all of existence. It can be seen from here and it can be observed as above. That's to note that the sun made of carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, maybe some helium. Well, humans, we are the sun. We are made of carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, etc. We are the moon. This is deeply embedded into our nature of our being, into our code, genetically. And over centuries, different paradigms of topographical layers that have been created by humans. This includes in the psychic realms, the astral realms, specifically referring to the egregores that have been carefully, strategically propagated for centuries. So the distraction and the shift for human consciousness to resource those on lower planes rather than develop a deeper understanding and collective awareness with the heavens above has been a goal for different players, if you will, in this global chess game that's been happening for a long time. We're mentioning atmospheric depressurization, molecular discharges. We're talking about the electromagnetic phenomena. We're talking about the lightning of the gods. You know, looking up thousands of years ago at some times where there was high activity in the skies, and because they were not, staring at a box, looking at a screen all the time, that was their screen. That is what they paid attention to. That is what they carefully studied and built, precisely built, geometrically, mathematically, and astrologically aligned buildings made out of intricately combined metals in very exquisite detail. So these levels of consciousness, which in different civilization periods of time were embedded into groups of people, would certainly be swept under the rug, or let's say manipulated or taken advantage of, because other power seekers in this chess game don't typically want every human to have this level of understanding and develop this consciousness awareness. So I'm just noting to share how the power plays here in the Matrix on Earth have made effort to have people not paying attention to what's the heavens above, the skies above. And everyone wants to wear a crown here, but a crown doesn't mean anything to the heavens, to the skies. So these were appearingly omniscient energy forms, the netters of Egypt. These are the primal forces of nature. And this is all noting how deeply embedded the awareness was of the individuals of these civilizations who made effort every day to exercise, developing a relationship, cultivating a deeper relationship with these forces of nature. And nowadays we use, of course, zodiac, tropical astrology and sidereal astrology. In the West, I suppose it's more common for tropical to be used, but this is exactly, the sentence is just noting that it's our responsibility to resource the vibrationary resonance of these celestial luminaries at our will. So it's something that we have to make effort to exercise in order to develop a deeper understanding and awareness of. And also to note that mythologies were following up with the studies of the heavens, astrology. And after that came some fields of philosophy. And we now use lots of words when at one point vowels were not even in the alphabet. They were just the sounds. They were considered sacred in the sounds of the word, or rather in speech and communication. They weren't written. They were sacred, only spoken through the sound of the consonant. Eventually, they were developed. A, E, I, O, U are current vowels. And if you do try to speak words, try to read words and say words without the vowels, and you will see why they are recognized traditionally as the spirit of the word, the animating spirit of the word. Okay. I think I have shared some food for thought for today. We are going to wrap up this video. I hope that you got something out of it. I hope you enjoyed. Anybody that's here, thank you for sticking around. Thank you so much for your support. It means the world. And I hope you are having fun in this exploration and journey. Of course, it's going to be balanced out with some challenges. So remember to embrace these challenges and strive towards some equilibrium, balance. So, with that being said, everybody, Peaks and Valleys is available. If you are interested, it will be in the comment section below. Please feel free to reach out with any comments, questions, or concerns. I would love to hear your thoughts, and I would love for you to share your insight. Again, I have a Patreon that's free to join. That's just another way to reach out. And the best way to support is just to comment, like, or subscribe to the channel, which will tremendously help. As you can see, it's in its beginning stages of growing. And yeah, that'll be it for today, everybody. So have a wonderful rest of your week. And we will be back to continue on with Peaks and Valleys and Synchronous Universe, which is a another recent publication that follows up with Peaks and Valleys is available. So you don't have to purchase any of these books. I will be going through Peaks and Valleys and Synchronous Universe page by page. Thanks again, everybody, for being here. Stay tuned for much, much more. Please reach out with any questions or concerns, and please take care in your endeavors. And I will see you in another video. Much love. Peace.